Struggling with feelings of low self-worth? Stoicism offers a unique and profound path to empowerment. This video is more than just advice. It's a journey through Stoic philosophy, designed to transform how you see yourself and interact with the world. Each lesson is a step towards building a stronger, more resilient self-image. Ready to change your perspective and embrace a more confident, self-assured you? Let's dive into this transformative Stoic guide together. Lesson number 1. Focus on what's within our control. In our journey through Stoicism and its application to enhancing self-worth, the first and perhaps the most transformative lesson revolves around focusing on what's within our control. This concept is not just a philosophical abstraction. It's a practical guide for daily living. Picture yourself preparing for an important job interview. You've done your research, rehearsed answers, and chosen the perfect outfit. On the day, however, unexpected events unfold. Maybe there's a traffic jam, or the interviewer is running late. In these moments, it's easy to spiral into frustration or self-doubt, questioning your worth or lamenting your luck. Here's where the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus shines through, reminding us we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This insight is powerful. While you can't control the traffic or the interviewer's schedule, your response to these situations is entirely up to you. You can choose to stay composed, use the extra time to review your notes, or simply breathe and remain present. This choice in response is a testament to your resilience and self-worth. This Stoic lesson also extends to our achievements and failures. It's natural to feel proud when we succeed and disheartened when we fail. However, Stoicism invites us to focus less on the outcomes, which often involve factors beyond our control, and more on our efforts and intentions. For instance, if a project at work doesn't turn out as expected despite your best efforts, remind yourself that your worth isn't solely defined by outcomes. It's also shaped by your dedication, effort, and integrity, all aspects you fully control. By embracing this Stoic principle, you begin to view self-worth not as a fixed attribute determined by external events, but as a dynamic quality shaped by your choices, attitudes, and responses. This perspective doesn't just alleviate the burden of things beyond your control. It empowers you to actively cultivate a resilient and authentic sense of self-worth. Lesson number 2. Value character over external validation. In our exploration of Stoicism's guidance for bolstering self-worth, the second lesson is a profound shift from seeking external validation to valuing our own character. In a society often fixated on superficial markers of success and approval, Stoicism invites us to look inward to the qualities that truly define us. Take, for instance, the modern fixation with social media. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of likes, shares, and positive comments, using these as metrics for our personal value. But Stoicism urges us to question this approach. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." This profound statement encourages us to redirect our focus from external approval to cultivating our internal virtues. Imagine you post a picture or an update on social media and it doesn't receive the response you hoped for. Instead of letting this affect your self-worth, Stoicism teaches us to reflect on why we sought that validation in the first place. Was it to feel good about ourselves? To feel accepted? Stoicism challenges us to find those feelings of goodness and acceptance from within by living according to our principles and values. This lesson also applies in professional settings. Often, we judge our success by promotions, accolades, or recognition from peers and superiors. While these can be gratifying, they are not always within our control and may not accurately reflect our true abilities or worth. Stoicism guides us to derive our sense of accomplishment from our work ethic, our commitment to continuous learning, and our ability to overcome challenges, aspects that truly reflect our character. In personal relationships, this Stoic principle teaches us to seek fulfillment and self-respect rather than approval from others. For example, in a friendship or romantic relationship, rather than constantly trying to please the other person or worrying about how they perceive you, Stoicism encourages focusing on being a person of integrity, kindness, and understanding. These qualities build a more authentic and fulfilling relationship, rooted in mutual respect rather than superficial approval. By embracing this Stoic lesson, we start to redefine our concept of self-worth. We begin to see that true worth comes not from the fleeting and often fickle judgments of others, but from our own internal moral compass. This shift in perspective not only fosters a healthier self-image, but also leads to a more contented and meaningful life. As we continue to grow and embody our virtues, we find that our need for external validation naturally diminishes, replaced by a solid, unwavering sense of self-worth. Lesson number 3: Embrace impermanence. Diving deeper into Stoicism's wisdom on self-worth. The third lesson is about embracing the concept of impermanence. This Stoic principle, deeply rooted in the philosophy's teachings, is pivotal in understanding and accepting the ever-changing nature of life, and by extension, our self-perception. In our lives, many of us strive for stability and certainty. We often believe that achieving a certain status, relationship, or financial security will permanently secure our happiness and self-worth. However, Stoicism presents a different perspective. As the philosopher Seneca elegantly expressed, true happiness is to understand that everything in this life is only borrowed. This profound insight encourages us to accept that change is the only constant. Consider the career path of an individual. It's common to equate professional success with self-worth. However, careers are often unpredictable. You might be at the peak of your career one moment and then face unexpected changes the next. New management, a shifting industry landscape, or even a personal desire for change. By embracing impermanence, you learn to value your professional journey's experience and growth rather than fixate on a particular status or title. This perspective helps maintain a balanced sense of self-worth, irrespective of external career changes. In personal relationships, the concept of impermanence is equally vital. Relationships, whether with friends, family, or romantic partners, evolve over time. Embracing this natural flow, including the highs and lows, fosters a sense of gratitude and presence in each moment. For example, when a close friendship changes or drifts apart, rather than viewing it as a personal failure or a loss to your self-worth, Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the time spent and lessons learned with that person, understanding that change is a part of life's journey. This lesson also applies to our physical and mental abilities. As we age, our bodies and minds change. Athletic prowess, quick thinking, or even certain skills can diminish. The Stoic approach is to embrace these changes with grace, focusing on the abilities and wisdom we gain with age, rather than mourning those we lose. This acceptance fosters a more resilient and realistic sense of self-worth, one that is adaptable to the different stages of life. In summary, embracing impermanence means understanding and accepting that everything in life is transient. Our achievements, relationships, and even our own abilities are not static but ever evolving. By acknowledging and appreciating this natural flow of life, we cultivate a sense of peace and resilience. This Stoic wisdom teaches us that our self-worth shouldn't be anchored in what is fleeting, but in our ability to navigate and grow through the constant changes of life. Lesson number 4: Adopt objective judgment. In our exploration of Stoicism's teachings on self-worth, the fourth lesson is about cultivating objective judgment. This principle is a cornerstone of Stoic thought, emphasizing the importance of seeing things as they truly are, free from personal biases and emotional reactions. In everyday life, we often encounter situations that can easily lead to subjective judgments clouded by emotions. For instance, consider a scenario where you receive feedback at work that's not entirely positive. The immediate subjective reaction might be to feel offended, undervalued, or even angry. However, Stoicism teaches us to step back and assess the situation objectively. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, advised, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." This powerful insight suggests that it's not the feedback itself that affects us, but how we perceive and interpret it. By adopting an objective viewpoint, you might realize that the feedback, although not delivered in the best manner, has some valid points that could help you grow professionally. This shift from a subjective to an objective perspective not only alleviates unnecessary emotional distress, but also enhances your self-worth by focusing on personal growth and improvement. Objective judgment also plays a crucial role in how we view our achievements and failures. In a world where success is often loudly celebrated and failure is quietly mourned, it's easy to develop a skewed sense of self-worth based on these societal metrics. However, Stoicism teaches us to evaluate our successes and failures based on our effort, intentions, and adherence to personal values rather than just the outcome. This approach fosters a more stable and genuine sense of self-worth, grounded in who we are and not just what we achieve. In essence, adopting objective judgment means seeing situations, feedback, and even our own actions through a clear, unbiased lens. It involves separating facts from interpretations, reactions from responses. By practicing this Stoic principle, we not only make wiser decisions, but also develop a more balanced and resilient sense of self-worth, one that is not easily swayed by external opinions or temporary circumstances. Lesson number 5. Practice self-compassion. As we delve deeper into Stoicism's approach to building self-worth, the 5th lesson emphasizes the importance of practicing self-compassion. While Stoicism often focuses on resilience and endurance, it equally advocates for kindness towards oneself. This aspect of Stoic philosophy is vital in cultivating a healthy sense of self-worth. In the hustle of daily life, where we strive for success and perfection, it's easy to be our own harshest critics. Let's say you set a goal for yourself, perhaps running a certain distance or achieving a professional milestone, but fall short. The immediate reaction might be self-criticism or even self-doubt. Here, Stoicism provides a refreshing perspective. Epictetus, one of the leading Stoic philosophers, advised, "Be kind to all your neighbors, but be kind to yourself first." This reminder helps us shift from self-criticism to self-compassion. Self-compassion in this context means acknowledging that you gave your best effort, understanding that perfection is not always attainable, and recognizing that each step, no matter how small, is progress. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. Often, we beat ourselves up over our shortcomings or errors, thinking this will spur improvement. However, Stoicism teaches us that acknowledging and accepting our flaws with compassion is a more effective path to growth. For instance, if you're struggling with a bad habit, instead of constantly berating yourself, acknowledge your struggle and gently guide yourself towards change, understanding that growth takes time and patience. Self-compassion also extends to how we handle life's adversities. When faced with challenges, whether in personal life or at work, it's common to question our abilities and self-worth. Stoicism, however, encourages us to view these challenges as part of the human experience, not as reflections of our worth. By practicing self-compassion, we allow ourselves to face difficulties with a sense of understanding and patience, rather than with harsh judgment or criticism. Practicing self-compassion means offering ourselves understanding and kindness, especially in times of struggle or failure. This Stoic lesson not only enhances our emotional well-being, but also solidifies a sense of self-worth that is not contingent on constant success or perfection. By adopting self-compassion, we nurture a more forgiving and supportive relationship with ourselves, paving the way for genuine self-improvement and contentment. Lesson number 6. Internal versus external success. In our 6th exploration of Stoicism's impact on self-worth, we delve into the distinction between internal and external success. Stoicism encourages us to find true fulfillment and self-worth not in our outward achievements, but in our inner growth and virtues. This perspective is particularly relevant in a world where success is often quantified by material and social benchmarks. Imagine the scenario of climbing the corporate ladder. It's common to equate such achievements with personal worth. However, Stoicism invites us to introspect deeper. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, eloquently stated, True satisfaction comes from good character, sound judgment, and a life well lived. This wisdom urges us to evaluate success not by our job title or salary, but by our integrity, the respect we show to others, and the personal fulfillment we derive from our work. This realignment of what constitutes success leads to a more authentic, enduring sense of self-worth. In the personal domain, particularly in the age of social media, it's easy to get caught up in comparing our lives to others, often feeling inadequate. Stoicism guides us to redefine success based on personal growth, the richness of our relationships, and living in harmony with our values. The focus shifts from the number of social media friends or travel destinations to the depth and quality of our connections and the joy in everyday experiences. Additionally, this Stoic lesson reshapes how we perceive and react to life's setbacks. When we encounter professional obstacles or personal projects don't pan out, our self-worth can be challenged if we solely value external markers of success. However, when we assess success through the lens of personal effort, resilience shown, and wisdom gained, our self-esteem remains more stable. This internal measure of success enables us to weather life's storms with a steadier sense of self. Differentiating between internal and external success is a transformative way to build and maintain a robust sense of self-worth. It compels us to focus on developing personal virtues, embracing growth, and living a life true to our principles. This Stoic approach not only cultivates a more authentic and satisfying life, but also anchors our self-worth in something far more substantial and lasting than fleeting external achievements and recognition. Lesson number 7. Accept human imperfection. In our final Stoic lesson on self-worth, we embrace the acceptance of human imperfection. Stoicism teaches us that perfection is an illusion, and our flaws and mistakes are integral parts of our human experience. This understanding is crucial in cultivating a realistic and compassionate view of ourselves. Consider the common scenario of setting high personal standards, whether in work, relationships, or personal goals. It's natural to strive for excellence, but what happens when we fall short? Often, we're engulfed in self-criticism or disappointment. However, Stoicism offers a liberating perspective. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once said, "You are a human being, not a god. You are not perfect, but a flesh and blood creature." This quote reminds us that to err and struggle is part of being human. For instance, in your personal life, you might miss a deadline or make an error in a project. Instead of harsh self-judgment, Stoicism encourages you to view these moments as opportunities for learning and growth. This shift in perspective transforms mistakes from sources of shame to stepping stones for improvement. In personal relationships, accepting imperfection plays a vital role. We all have flaws and can sometimes disappoint those we care about. Stoicism teaches us to extend the same understanding and forgiveness to ourselves that we would offer to others. This approach fosters healthier and more authentic relationships, as we navigate them with humility and patience. This lesson also applies to how we handle life's unpredictable nature. Unexpected events, whether a sudden illness, a job loss, or other life changes, can challenge our sense of self. Stoicism helps us to accept these changes as part of the human journey. Rather than viewing them as personal failings, we can see them as facets of our shared human experience, allowing us to respond with resilience and adaptability. In essence, accepting human imperfection means acknowledging and embracing our flaws, mistakes, and the inherent unpredictability of life. This acceptance does not mean complacency, but a recognition that perfection is neither achievable nor desirable. By integrating this Stoic wisdom into our lives, we foster a sense of self-worth that is grounded in reality, compassion, and humility. It's a self-worth that celebrates our humanity in its entirety, both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. Thank you for joining me on this video today. I hope these Stoic principles inspire and guide you towards a life of greater resilience and fulfillment. Remember, it's not just about learning these lessons, it's about living them every day. I also want to thank all of my loyal channel members for being a part of the community of Stoic Bond. Without you guys, we wouldn't be where we are, and I am grateful for every single one of you. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more Stoic wisdom. Also check out these related videos linked here for further insights into similar topics. Until next time, stay Stoic.